Fantastic Friday, everybody. I'm glad you're here. Oh my goodness. Wow. So much to talk about. It's pretty crazy to be honest with you. Um, we're probably only going to get to three or four things, and more or less, you guys are going to kind of control the way we go about heading through them. Um, obviously, I was on Midnight's Edge in the morning this morning with an incredible panel of humans. A lot of you were there, obviously. And Yeah, I'm not sure, Randall Orser, if I'm going to be uplifting at all today. Hopefully, you guys can help. We just watched what, the purposes of Sunday's show, the Sunday Culture Review, which might be one of the last ones in that format. I think there maybe the week after might be the last one in that format before I head to Florida, and then it'll be a new show after that. Still the same kind of fun, just a little bit different. It's going to be going on hiatus. I'm not going to say it's done. I'm going to say it's going on hiatus. But yeah, we just went through a week of endings. Some better, some worse. Um, you end up with what in all 18 and 27, 20, 28 episodes of 27 episodes of disappointment if you watched three shows. Um, I don't know. Very disappointing indeed. But I'm happy all of you are here. We got a lot. We got a lot we can get through. I'm gonna try to get happy on some stuff. We got Sean Estep here. Good to see you, my friend. Darren Hughes is in the house. I think zero hours here. Good to see you, JM Cruz. Got Theme Park Casual in the house. Looks like Dragon Master 360 is here. Olaf Von S is here. Mr. Randall Orser is here. Good to see you. DS Ford Andrew 46 and 2. Mephisto is here. Check out Mephisto's channel. It's a lot of fun. Let's see. I think I said hi to Dr. Dragon. Small Time is here. What's up, Small Time? Hail, one of the best ever Thursday night throwdowns last night. It was incredible. We had a lot of fun last night. I hope you enjoy. I hope you all got a chance to see it over on Comics Division. If you didn't, scroll back there. It was totally worth your while. We had a lot of fun. Very loosey goosey, and a lot of good conversations. Got Cash out there. Good to see you, Cash. Hope to see you in Orlando in just a couple of weeks. We're coming up on it, guys. Brahma Bull is here. Brahma was funny last night. Very, very funny. We got off the stream and went back into planning mode, guys. So we're working on some bigger things as time goes on. So we're going to build up a cache. It'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, the story background is in place because when I go on Midnight's Edge in the morning, it allows me to blend into the screen. So it's kind of fun. Thunderduck is here saying, Guten Abend, CultureCasino. Well, Guten Abend to you, Thunderduck. I would speak in German, except a lot of people be like, shut up. Rob Altus is in the house. Good to see you, my friend. We got the lovely Sherry. Let's see who else is here. Your Muslim uncle. Good to see you. Assalamu alaikum, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Blessings upon you and your family. JT Gunn is in the house. Late night with Cap, indeed. Let's see. We've got Douchey McDouche out there. Good to see you, buddy. And of course, Dapper Bard Games. I'm here just dealing with some stuff. I'm always dealing with stuff. Yeah. Oh, lots of things to work on when I'm not working, when I'm not here. So yeah. Let's see. Let's see. I'm glad you're all here. Somebody's taking a nap, I think. I don't know. Good for you. Let's see. Phil T and MT is here. Good to see you, Phil. Been a minute. Let's see. Oh, Channel Surface here. Best mustache on YouTube. We got Humor and Waffles. Been missing you, man. Hope you're doing well. Humor and Waffles. Defenders of the Faith is here. Good to see you. Defenders of the Faith. Commander Ed Straker of Shadow. Hail. Happy TGIF to you and the boss. Well, thank you. Happy TGIF to you, my friend. Thank goodness it's Friday. I would understand at least if CultureCasino as English, Dutch, and German are lower Germanic languages. Yeah, and Old English and Dutch have more in common than you would think. Yeah, newer has more French in it. Oh, really? I like a lot of the guttural languages, right? You know, but was my goal to learn how to speak fluently in German, Spanish, French, and then eventually pick up a couple of others, but it didn't work out well. Hey, thanks, senpai. Will you be in Orlando? Yeah, and around Universal? Yes. Not next week though. The following week, right? The 20 week of the, I want to say 24th through the 31st. Is that right? Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah. So it should be a good time. A lot of people are going to be there. We're going to try to hang out with some folks. Might go to that SeaWorld thing. They have a haunt thing very similar to Universal, less expensive, lower attendance. It's supposed to be a lot more fun. According to Jay, they actually sell medallions that actually indicate that you're not interested in jump scares. So we'll see. Deutschland. Yeah. Oh man, I'm sorry, Thomas, but I'll still miss you. Hopefully, I get to see you again at some point. We were going to try to make it up to Boston before the end of the year. It didn't happen. Probably not until next year, maybe, depending upon where we're at with as a country. Hollywood Horror Nights on Wednesday. Good choice. That'll be right before the crowds get really insane, right in the middle of the week. Good planning. I do want to come visit you in Boston. I just said. Yeah, a wuss medallion. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, but it's important. Like if you have kids with you, to make sure that the scare actors know that they kind of are a little softer, a little tender, a little more tender at heart. So I understand that. I do. Poe Baby 74 says, "Happy spooky season, everyone." Hell yeah, indeed. Whoa, you're not planning on coming to any meetups in the next few years? That sucks, Thomas. I'm sorry. I hope you guys. I hope. My goal is to meet everybody. So that's one of the reasons that there's a couple stopping off points for me over the next few months. So I'll make people aware of when I'm going to be traveling. Hang on a second. Had to sneeze. Goodness. As Black Adam. Oh wow. Oh boy. All right. So exactly the thing that you think happens. Need spoilers, anybody? Do you care about Black Adam? Can I tell you what the end credit scenes are? Have you already guessed what the end credit scene is? Probably already heard what the end credit scene is. I'm going to give you to the count of 5, and then I'm going to pop this up here. And I'll only talk about it for a couple minutes. So here we go. And I'm showing it now. So the scene leaks on social media, and Twitter and TikTok are working to delete infringing content because the Black Adam end credit scene is the one that leaked. You guys know what that is, right? It's the only thing anybody would go and see. Right? Oh, your Muslim uncle says I got suspended from Twitter for saying a mass murder should have got oh wow. I feel you. That's crazy. I'm not sure you would be in a minority opinion there, your Muslim uncle. Interesting that they decided to shut that down. I'm sorry about that, but I'm glad you're here. I really am. Regardless, spoiler alert, story references a major reveal that is included in the end credits scene. Guys, we already know what this is, right? Cavill. So as often happens, footage from Dwayne Johnson's Black Adam, specifically the DC superheroes end credit scene with a very spoilery reveal, has been leaked onto social media platforms. There's a bit of dog bites, man, about this. Such leaks happen with regular occurrence online. However, the end credit scene, which is leaked out a week ahead, well, it basically confirms what we all thought. Several posts on that popped up Thursday on Twitter and TikTok include a video of the Black Adam scene. Twitter confirmed to Variety that it's removing the content in line with our rules, according to the company. The media has been disabled in response to a report by the copyright owners. What it says. Here's what the video reveals. You guys ready? Spoiler. Henry Cavill as Superman, stepping out from a veil of smoke, confronts Johnson's Black Adam and says, "It's been a while since anyone's made the world this nervous." It's obviously presaging a future entry into the DC universe that will pit the two against each other, which is exactly the whole point, according to Johnson. You guys remember that? I do. Hey, Larry. Name so nice you say it twice. Larry. I think I saw the puppet boy in here too. Hey, what's up there, Snowdub? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, a lot of people like spoilers. All right, well, we did it, so we're good. They can't deal with open discussions. That's true. Or opinions, right? AFK Bard for $10 says, "Happy Friday, CC. I'm at work and can't stay, but saw your stream. Wanted to say hi." Well, thank you, AFK Bard. The world is insane. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Good thing there are great people like you keeping us up to date. Oh, thank you. Wow. I appreciate it. See you later, CC. All right. Well, you have fun at work. All right. And don't overdo it. It's Friday. TGIF. Have a good Friday, FK Bard. Thanks for being a member and a supporter of the channel. And thanks for the super chat. It's amazing. Yeah, I kind of was telling everybody this was going to likely happen because, there have been lots of rumors, including the leak of the suit and some other stuff. But it is what it is. Yeah, I think the Vegas meetup is more likely to happen regularly. I'm not sure about these other ones. We'll see. But it'll be a lot of fun. Publicity stunt to gain hype wouldn't surprise me, but it's kind of gone around in a way that they probably didn't want it to be going around, which is why they're pulling it down. Yeah, I'm not. I don't disagree with you, Andrew. I really don't. Let's see. An AFK sighting. Yep, AFK. Can you tell me what was the point of Titania? I don't know. In fact, we'll get to that when we get to She-Hulk. So I'm going to mark this one for later. Thanks for that. We'll come back to this, Thunderduck. Yeah, Cavill can be Superman for at least 10 more years. His age won't matter. He stays in shape well. Indeed, Larry. There's no reason why Cavill shouldn't be Superman forever. It's one of the few casting decisions I would say that was pretty much perfect from the Snyderverse, right? So it is. It to me, it's an intriguing thought that they would bring somebody else in, because I think it would further diminish the product and it would lead to fans rejecting the new Superman, no matter how good they are. That's why if you're going to replace an actor with another one, putting some distance between the two things is always better. I think that's one of the things that maybe only a handful of franchises can overcome, like Doctor Who, although it had a built-in understanding of that. But like James Bond, the best returns are usually after a period of time, like a cooling off period between actors. Anytime you try to go back to back with different actors, it doesn't usually turn out well. Never Say Never Again went up against an Eon Bond film, and that was a real mess. Yeah, R.I.P. You know what? Let's jump into this, because this was something that it kind of, when I saw it this morning, and then we brought it up on Midnight's Edge in the morning. I don't think people truly appreciated who Robbie Coltrane was, but he passed away at the age of 72. He was in some poor health. He was. He'd been dealing with some poor health situations. But it's a loss. I mean, he played a lot of different characters. And he played them in a unique way, often with a great amount of humor. One of my favorite roles that he was in was here in the States. for a film called Let It Ride. Was very good. Lots of amusing stuff for horse racing. Anyway, it's very good. Yeah, yeah. Bond movies had to change actors because of Connery. Indeed. Yeah. Yeah. This really does bum me out. It really does. R.I.P. Hagrid. Yeah. He's funny. He's been funny in everything. Douchey McDouche. Yeah. Really. It is. It's tough. Yeah, he was a great fall stuff. Cracker. Yeah, a lot of people were mentioning that. It's a bummer. There's a lot of folks we're losing right now. But yeah, he was in a ton of stuff. Lots of Harry Potter actors are saying nice things about him. And he deserves it. But I don't know. Just a bummer. Losing a lot of people lately. Yep, you always get to see him in Hagrid's Magical Creatures ride. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, Robbie will live on as the man behind the beard in the Potter films. That's right. Oh, Nuns on the Run. Yeah. Eric Idle. Yep. Yep. He's brilliant. He really was brilliant. Anyway, we need to move on from that, get to something different. But R.I.P. Rest in peace, Robbie Coltrane. Let's jump into the She-Hulk thing because I know that's what a lot of you guys want to talk about. I promise you we'll have a much broader conversation on Sunday with the panel on the Sunday Culture Review because I need everybody's perspective on this. I mean, you guys probably are familiar with my take on it. It's I didn't have high expectations for the show once I learned exactly what it was going to be, who was writing it, in what direction they wanted to take it. And so I wasn't high on it, but this article that I covered in the 6 Minute Daily this morning kind of frustrated me because I think it didn't speak to the MCU accurately. It's more like the MCU, which is what a lot of people have been calling it. And whether or not that's pejorative or not, or mean or whatever you want to call it, that's a matter of perspective, I'm sure. But I don't agree with the title here, the headline. She-Hulk shook up the Marvel Cinematic Universe by being the most MCU thing ever. No. It was the most pointless thing ever, in my opinion. Right. And a lot of people feel like this. Cash. Endgame was the end game. Endgame was the end. I don't know how else you could have described it. Hey, Katina, good to see you. You don't have bad timing. I'm glad you're here. I like how they mentioned how every MCU movie is kind of the same, and Kevin Feige is a robot. That was spot on. Well, it was funny in several different ways, but I don't know. Of course, this has spoilers again, guys. And I want to get back to Thunderduck's thing. Can you tell me what the point of Tatiana was? She had more outfits in the show than actual appearances, and I think that's true. I really don't know what the purpose was. Her character did nothing. In fact, this final episode, right? This episode 9 destroyed everything else that came before it. Was that the point? Talking referencing a second season of this show? Really? I don't know if you can find more terrible writers to put in your writer's room with an idea that's undercooked to write this mess. So the fourth wall break right here is kind of the beginning of the end for this episode. When Jennifer Walters turns to the camera and says, what is this? This is a mess. Complaining about all of the various dangling plot strands from the season that were just trash. And of course, going after the trolls, right? The anti She-Hulk site intelligentsia run by toxic bro Ted Phelps. It's insane. And she points out what we've been saying the entire time, of course, which is none of these storylines make any sense. Is this working for you? Well, I would say if you polled the audience for the entire series, all of them would say, no, this is a terrible show. Not all of the audience. I mean, there's some people out there who are enjoying this or enjoyed this. But, did they know they had to actually commit something? I think Andre was onto something, saying it was like a fifth or a sixth wall break, because she actually breaks out of the Disney Plus thing and slides into like the making of Avengers doc that was there on the same screen with her show. So she swings into that and then walks across the Burbank studio in California and walks into the writer's room and demands to understand why the finale of her show is so bad. Well, lady, the whole show was bad. Why don't we just do our own thing? Well, you did. The robot Kevin, Kevin, was funny for a little bit. Would have been better if he'd have been behind the curtain like Wizard of Oz. They already stole the scene from Matrix in that room. So many problems with this show. And it had a built-in audience, right? Guys. It had guys, probably 30 to 50, 30 to 24 to 50, that one of the premium demos that they basically just thumbed their nose at. It's just dumb. Anyway, I gotta get back to your guys' conversations. It's just ridiculous. M Tax Shark, I promise to get to this one, saving it for later, because we will talk about that. I feel bad for anyone who watched the show. That ending seems like a giant middle finger to everyone, even those that liked it. I think so. I do. It was disappointing. Never watched She-Hulk and never wanted to. Did watch Az and Jane's Theories teardowns. Yes, they were brilliant. They spent almost 2 hours on the finale. I bet they did. I bet you it was hysterical. Wish I could have caught that. John Byrne should be yelling at Marvel for the crap they did to She-Hulk. I agree with you. I am on that team indeed. So what was the point of the show? Sell widgets? That failed. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't. Let the past die. Like Star Wars. Well, first of all, if you kill off the brand that you acquired, which arguably they're almost done with that with Star Wars. Although some people seem to think that Andor's not completely broken. I beg to differ. I'm like, your standards are so low now because you've been just absolutely destroyed by this garbage for so long. You need to reset your calibration tool. Go back and watch 5 or 6 films that you love. Go back to the 90s and consume some high quality entertainment, and then come back to this show and tell me how, or Andor, and tell me how good that was. But you can't. Yeah, Read by Nature. D plus Marvel shows have been consistently bad from the beginning. Werewolf by Night was at least fun, a rare gem in comparison, and I've heard some positive things about that, but that even has limited appeal. It's like they don't really know what they're doing with any of this stuff. They just don't. I mean, and it's infuriating, right? Especially to people who actually were young and actually consumed the comic books. This is a good question. They had to do some reshoots. Let me put it that way. There was some stuff that was added later uh, into this stuff, that things that were inserted, and I'm not certain that it was originally going to be a full 9 episodes, but didn't feel like 9 episodes anyway because there's very little there. How ironic. She-Hulk is trash. Yes, there he is indeed. I thought the only audience for She-Hulk was people watching it to mock it. That might be true. Dapper Bard Games. That might be true. Did she squeeze into YouTube and try to punch Doomcock? No, but Nancy Pelosi wanted to do that to somebody at some point based on recently leaked video from CNN, which I actually captured because you know how things tend to disappear on the interwebs. And as that circles around the internet, it's going to cause a lot of people to question some things, but not here on my channel. They really need a better looking actress for She-Hulk. As harsh as that criticism may be, I think Tatiana Maslany's gorgeous, but that could just be me. That said, the audience would be more forgiving if the show wasn't so bad and spiteful. Yeah, I mean that's all it was. It was spiteful, the spiteful and cameo the show, right? Spiteful cameo. Hey, there it is, spiteful cameo. In fact, when it comes to Daredevil, that's the thing that still pisses me off, right? Bring Daredevil back to be an F boy for Jennifer. That's what that was. Hated it. The She-Hulk finale is the epitome of Disney right now. Yeah, no consequences, no story, no respect. Yeah, literally every episode that happened after the first episode was completely negated by the ending. Not resolved. Not resolved. Negated. Yeah, they did, Bees Man. They thought they were bright. She-Hulk sucked. Yeah, it did, John. It did. Big Raj with a big thumbs up. Thank you for the Canadian super sticker, my friend. Appreciate it, Big Raj, for all the support. You are awesome. The male gaze must not be allowed. Why? Katina's back. Good to see you. All right. Chiropractors are making billions from treating Disney writers that sprain their shoulders, patting themselves on the back. That's funny. Finite SA says She-Hulk equals attempt at Shaggy Dog story. Really? Hey, what's up, Rogue Attraction? Can't wait to see you in a couple of weeks in Orlando. Hang out and do some fun stuff. This is a good question, Andrew. Let me sum it up, and I'll read it first and then answer it. So, are all the Marvel delays because they are inept, or they're finally starting to understand they suck? Yes and yes. Although the sucking they don't care about it. That's an argument that I could have gotten into with Script Doctor today on Midnight's Edge in the morning. You're doing something willfully. You know that at the end product isn't going to be good when you ham fist garbage into the middle of something that could be something of quality, because you either lack the skill or you're trying to do more than just what Paul suggested, a high concept show. But it's actually, they don't care. To them, it's a paycheck. What's her name? The chick that played Tatiana, Titania, whatever you want to call her, Jamila Jamil. She's the perfect example of the trash in Hollywood, with all of her posts attacking all of the fans for their valid criticisms. And as far as the delays go, yeah, that's a level of ineptness, and also how spread thin things are. A lot of people point towards Kevin Feige, right? But there's Alonzo is in there, folks. Um, she is also part of the problem. She is definitely not a solution to anything other than to destroy stuff, which she seems to do pretty well. She's only had one thing that is even remotely interesting and successful. True story. The problem is it's not entertainment anymore. It's activism, and all they get all these corporations have done is hire these activists into these positions of power. They would do best just not to renew their contracts and pretty much tell them, no, we're not going to do any of that. Sorry. Give me something good, or it ain't going anywhere. But the recent delays are because Blade fell apart. Blade had a terrible script. The director left, and Mahershala Ali is rumored to be out the door as well, which means they have lost a director and an actor, lead actor of a show, because they're producing subpar garbage. Is that inept? Yes. Is it willful? I would say yes. Stop checking boxes, make entertainment. If you manage to check some boxes along the way, more power to you, but you got to make good stuff. And here's this, Cash, I think a lot of people are with you. I just have no drive to watch new stuff anymore. Yeah. Titania is supposed to be a kickboxer, martial artist, and yet she wore IT girl outfits. Yeah. Only one outfit was serious, her blazer in episode 6. She left with cake in that episode. Yeah. I mean, they missed the opportunity there. They really did. But again, I mean, what do you want to grow up to be, 6-year-old kid? Well, I want to be a YouTuber. Do you? I want to be an influencer. Do you? I don't want to be an astronaut, lawyer, doctor, media mogul. No, nothing. I mean, drug kingpin would be a better answer than that. Man of War 665, the neighbor of the beast. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. Davina Duckworth says the cake wasn't a lie. Not this time. The cake is a lie. I love that. Subhuman 84, good to see you, man. Kevin Feige finally found a way to insert himself into the series. Well, I don't know if he inserted himself or if it was forced by Jessica Gao, because remember, she said right when this thing was about to come out that she slapped Kevin around a lot and kind of made him do what her bidding. I don't know about that. I quit after Endgame. So, yep, so did a lot of people. Thanks for swatting the bots, guys. Merry Christmas from Camel Moon. His new comic boots and heels just launched on Indiegogo. Awesome. Check that out. Hey, Nintendo 69 is here. Master Sidearms. It's all content filler to keep eyes on their service. Bing, 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 bing. That's right, Master Sidearms. Yeah, it is. It is. And that's one of the reasons why pretty much everything feels that way. It feels like filler, because it is. Yeah. I forgot. Are prawn bots the 4th or 5th sign of denial? I don't know. Tiny metal trees. I don't know. I know that whenever they talk negatively about one of these pop culture shows, though, they show up. They need an audience. We don't need their wokest tribe. It's true. Culture looks exhausted. Well, I don't know about exhausted. A little tired. Last night was a great stream. I hope you guys watched that. I'll say it again. We said it at the beginning of the show, but the Thursday night throwdown on Comics Division's channel was just great. It was a lot of fun. It really was. And I went on to do a little work after that show too. So It's probably why I'm a little more tired than normal. But I got lots to look forward to. Got great shows coming up, guys. This weekend's going to be awesome. Very stoked. The Red Ranger says, what sucks the most is that there can be all these great shows and movies coming out that we all enjoy, but the companies running them are cutting corners and not making the content, making sure the content's good. Yeah, it's true. Even games, right? The Red Ranger. I mean, it had Cyberpunk come out fully cooked. I think people could have enjoyed that from day one. I think one of the problems is sprawling ambition, right? At least when it comes to some things that are like entering the marketplace undercooked, because it's not really. In the case of these streaming services, it is demand because they need stuff. That's their own fault for rolling out things the way that they did, and for servicing things that are not profitable in the marketplace. And there's a lot of that. You're watching the shutdown of Cartoon Network. You're going to see a lot more cable things shut down. And it's not always about the content. The content could get pushed into other places, or all the whole of the Cartoon Network can get rolled into something else, absent a few strategic losses, like some employees. But you're going to start seeing cable channels close, go out of service. Even if they are selling ad revenue, they're just going to shunt those advertisers over to another channel. Linear television is, in decline. A lot of people say, well, it's because of the streaming services. I'm like, the streaming services are just becoming the new cable bundle channels. There's a lot of things going on there. He got some uppers. I think we need him. It is what it is. I think, in watching all of these endings to these things, I think a lot of people kind of got weary, wore out. Other words, Gary's wrap up conversation about an article related to Rings of Power video just dropped a little while ago. It's like we know what you're doing. We know the playbook you're running. You don't have proof of any of the accusations that you make. You just name, call, and run. Turo says if the series was ass and they self-inserted themselves. Yeah, I hear you. What's going on there? Release the McCracken. Good to see you. I would have preferred Miss Marvel to suck and have She-Hulk be as good as Miss Marvel was. Everybody who's watched that series beginning to end says it's good. It's really good for what it was, for who it was targeted at, et cetera, et cetera. But I wish, because I don't think that's okay. I'm going to use their word, folks. I don't think that's good representation. I'm not saying the character wasn't a good representation. I wasn't saying any of that. What I'm saying is you need to be broadly appealing. You need the most amount of audience. You need your show to be good enough to draw an audience outside of this sliver of a demographic. Otherwise, unfortunately, you get put in the same box as something like Bros, where there was no audience for it. Not to mention that Amsterdam is probably going to be $100 million mistake. For some reason, an ensemble movie with a bunch of incredible actors, no market for. Yeah, the making it for content is a fine argument, but that happens when bad content drives people away. That's right. Look, I'm going to say it this way. Disney Plus is becoming the CW. Change my mind. Change my mind. You can't. You absolutely can't. Get your sleep, man, 1 week till the meetup. Yeah, which actually what that means is I have to go through a week of creating double content, so I have stuff to release while I'm traveling. So there's no sleep. What's sleep? Culture, have you heard or know an independent comic creator, Aaron Lopresti? Yes, and his wife is going through cancer treatment right now, if I'm not mistaken. Indeed, yeah. Wrath of God, Blood Hunters. A lot of people have backed that on Indiegogo. You guys, backing independent books is one way we can shift the cultural conversation and start to make our own things. And then eventually we go on to license these characters to make films. And then everybody wins. She-Hulk brought to the people who get smashed on box wine while watching Grey's Anatomy with their cats and hating the men and women that enjoy the comic, but especially the women. Sash Melody. That's right. You guys are great. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate that. Cartoon Network is Don Zaslav's a beast. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that is going to go out of business soon. I kind of was trying to tell you guys, I think I did in some ways, that you're going to see retraction in various areas. Consolidation always happens after a merger season cycle, especially when we're going into what will likely be the worst economy I've seen in my life. And I was a young person when Carter was in office. So yeah, I'm the bluebird of happy news right there. We've got to talk about that at the end of the stream or towards the end. Yeah, the CW is so desperate. Andrew points out. Andrew 46 says the CW is going back to Supernatural, their biggest show, with a prequel that doesn't follow the 15 seasons of lore. That's right. The Winchesters, it's called. This is desperation. And it's also one of the ways that they can kind of hang on to having 1 or 2 or 3 shows or more that Nexstar hangs on to. Now, mind you, it cost Nexstar almost nothing to acquire the CW. The reason for that. Yeah, they want you to subscribe to every streaming service while bills to cable levels. Yeah. Yeah. That's right. Hey, Magitech Mags, good to see you. Oh, you're good. We got some more supers in the house, and Eric K just gifted 5 more memberships, folks. Your name is going to turn green. Thunderduck, the lovely Sherry, Defenders of the Faiths, Ted Milich, thank you so very much. And Bear Nerd Fun was gifted a membership. Good to see you, Bear. I have to tell you, I've been enjoying your acquisitions lately, my friend. I love that. It's kind of a visual candy. I wish I could spend like that right now. I still have no idea what Amsterdam is about. Somebody here probably knows. I didn't care. Everything I'd heard about this film was bad, and from people I trusted. So I'm done. I'm done. Pino Shay's Helicopter Tours for $2 says, bad writing will continue until ideology improves. How about ideological uptake improves, or adoption? Ideological adoption improves. There you go. Probably ran out of letters to do that. But thank you, Pinochet. I appreciate your support, man. You're awesome. Defenders of the Faith. What did the CW ever do to you? This wasn't good. Was that an insult to the CW? Well, the CW is pretty bad. We don't speak for the demographic. They want the forgetful mouth breathers who pay month in, month out. Yeah, that's a good statement there. It's weird though. I mean, I think some of the demographic logic's gone out the window because the youngest generation that we have that has reached the age of majority, that's 18 plus, they're not spending money, not on that kind of stuff. They're not watching those shows. The demographics bear out that it's the 50 plus that are watching most linear television. The oldest skewing network, linear television network, and this number actually creeps up, but the oldest skewing is actually CBS. Did you know that? CBS. And wow, let's see, they are They are still part owner of the CW, right? Wow, it's just bad. I know we got another super or two in here. Let me see. Magitex Mags sends me my favorite little super sticker. It's a Shiba Inu dog. Fart hearts. Thank you for that, dear. Thunderduck says, I only liked episodes 1 and 8. 2 and 3 in the moment. Well, it is what it is. Davinia Duckworth says, not only will they consolidate, they will claim it never happened. That's also true. That's also true. Yeah. We've got Pinochet's Helicopter Tours for another $2 saying, on this week's episode of Setting Money on Fire. Oh, God, yeah. That's brilliant. It's a brilliant joke. Yeah, Cartoon Network is being merged into WB. Lots of stuff from CN will probably disappear or go into streaming pool. That's what it's going to do. There is probably a do not hire list in Hollywood at this point. There actually is. And it's growing. And you're seeing, what's interesting is you're seeing a consolidation of some of these narrative message delivering things being consolidated into one department that feeds directly into HR. So when you shift HR, you probably can drop that entire department. Because it was HR that brought all this bullshit in the back door at Hollywood. And I just cursed on my channel. That's how upset I am about it. Magitech Mags, again, thank you for that super sticker, dear. I appreciate it. And of course, Eric K, thank you for those 5 memberships, man. You're awesome. Our good friend Snowbob for $2 says, he Hulk and made me cry for the death of Daredevil. Yeah. They destroyed that character and basically got them to talk about the fact that they were engaged in hookup culture at the end there, right? That he was essentially just there to satisfy Jen's urges. She just orders up a man. I like this guy. I'm going to order him up. See for family. Yay! ROP is over. Yeah. And as I said this morning on Midnight's Edge in the morning, add an E to the end and go find a truss or a tree limb. ROPE. Darren Hughes says, if we, quote unquote, the sane, or in, parentheses, are winning the culture war, can you estimate when, if any, a time will be our entertainment will return to sanity? 15 years? The only thing that can force it at this point to be faster would be not just the economic hardships that we're all about to go through, because they'll be desperate for people to like sacrifice some of their scarce money to go and see one of their things, because everybody has better entertainment at home for the most part, right? But would be if the government actually did what it was supposed to do all along and bust up the monopolies that have been created at these studios. One of the reasons you have antitrust laws is to prevent monopolistic practices. One of the reasons that you have antitrust laws is to maintain a level of competition. That means, at points in times, just deciding to draw a line, as arbitrary as it may be, with how many companies you can or should acquire. The government needs to just step into the regulatory roles that they have. It's one of the few areas I think government is actually empowered to do. And it's the best way to create or maintain free markets, which somebody tell me that we have a free market now. It's been eliminated by the amount of monopolistic opportunity that's been unfettered in the last 15 years, maybe 20. I think it goes all the way back to the Clinton administration. I'm not placing the blame there. I'm just saying it could go back further. But once we broke up the bells, we needed to stay on that train, and we didn't. So it allowed Disney to become one of the largest megacorps in the world. You have Facebook and trying to acquire more VR companies to limit competition in the marketplace, which at least they're trying to push back on right now. Um, there's some very sophisticated things to talk about when it comes to all that. We definitely talk about it, but I would say it will take almost as long as it took to create this mess to get out of it. But I mean, we're seeing the boat turn. It just takes a really long time to turn, and then it's got a long way to go back. We'll see. The biggest problem with any kind of pendulum shift is it usually swings back even harder. That's bad. Ooh, Larry got his hardback comic of Two-Fisted Manly Tales by Graham Nolan. Awesome. Davina Duckworth says, I read the Amsterdam synopsis, looked like the wiki entry. Decided not to pursue. A lot of people say that same thing. Green Lion, for the days when Buffy and Angel set the standard on the WB. Yeah. There's a lot of great stuff back then. Again, every time the WB or UPN, all that, every time everything, started or it came about out of some other event, it got better for a little while because of kind of a relaunch. And then it got bad over time. Yeah, Olaf, I think a lot of people are going to be there, barely, in the position where you got groceries, power, food, cost of study. Yeah, due to recession, war, etc. But they do need the most recent iPhone. Yeah, people are going to put themselves into a staggering amount of debt that they will not be able to recover from, and that's kind of the plan. Hey, the men's room is here. Says Hale. Hello, the men's room. Unfamiliar with you? Interesting. Low spec Linux laptop is here. Darren Hughes sends $10. Thanks for that, my friend. Says Culture Casino, here's a 10 spot to have a drink in Orlando. Indeed. And thank you. I will definitely. Wish I was going to be there. So do I. But hey, I imagine we'll be having one in Vegas, California, Texas. I think we'll be returning to all these places, and I'll try to go to them. Woo! Man of War 665 just hit 54 on Labor Day. Well, happy birthday, bro. And the missus is a year older. They haven't been getting one filthy cent from us, and I love that. You guys are amazing. Good to see you, my friend. And thanks again for this, Darren. I appreciate it. Media corporations can't fund. Thank you, Mike's Like Tacos. Indeed. If those companies do not want the money they're wasting, they can give it to me, and I will put it to great use. Yes, Katina Martin. I know you would. You guys are fun. I would be watching Culture on Rumble, but he's not live over there. I will fix that, Turo. I'm figuring it out over there. I am now in the position where I can live to not just here and Odyssey, but also to Rumble. There's just a lot of hoops to jump through to make that happen. So it may not be this next week either, but it will be soon. Hopefully by the time I get back from Orlando. So. Wow, Snowdub, that's strong words. This means Deadpool and Wolverine are going to get warred out. Yeah, I'm not going to say that word exactly, but yeah, I think they possibly could, but I don't think so. I think Ryan's got enough control; he won't let that happen. We'll see. Culture Casino. A TV show is crap when the post-series finale autopsies by Az and Jane, FNT, Mead, and you, vastly more entertaining than the series. Thank you. She-Hulk is a flaming pile of caca. Yes. Radioactive even. Yes. Yeah. You're going to be entertained. Tune into comics next week. Not just for obviously the yelling at parked cars on Monday, but also for the Thursday show. You're going to be entertained. It's a little tease. Meet the new boss. Same as the old boss. That's right. Radioactive. Great song. Hey, Common Nerd is here. Renewing his gold membership. Thanks for that, Comic Nerd. And the Tinder hot best adult dating site is back. I hope that got swatted. I'm behind on the chat, guys. But yeah, Common Nerd renewed. And then, of course, Man of War 665, the neighbor of the beast, says, you can put this with the drinking money you saved in Vegas. I'm coming to collect in the town the rat built. There you go. Well, hey, we'll be hanging out by Universal, right? So, Shaka Khan. Never underestimate the bot. Yeah, Mighty Orbots, indeed. I do that almost every time. You don't need $1,000 device in your pocket. Smartphones went way beyond their usefulness. They did. You're spending more and more money because it seems like because of either the camera abilities or the memory upgrades, because the batteries still suck. It's frustrating. Pinochet's helicopter tours for $5 say, we can thank Citizens United and Chief Justice John Roberts for making corporations people and setting us on the corporate tyranny ideology economy. Yeah. Technically, corporations have always been individual entities, but I understand what you're referring to. And that needs to be turned over. It's not big tech anymore. It's just bloat tech, inefficient and properly evolving, just getting bigger and not better. Actually, contraction now. Contraction in big tech. You are about to see massive layoffs, the likes of which we weren't expecting. Gannett Media is laying off. Of course, they're not really big tech, but they're entertainment media. You have Facebook going to go through a third. Well, so I guess technically it's a third, but a second big round of layoffs. They're going to cut everybody below the line of performance. He wasn't kidding when he said he was going to do that. Yeah. It is. It's weird. But these companies their comeuppance has arrived. Quarterlies, we're in quarterly season, everybody. Those numbers are going to be reported, and it's going to be rough. Brightest Day says Orlando. That's right. Can't wait to see you, brother. Curtis D is here. Good to see you, man. Hope you're feeling better. Getting ready to see the neurosurgeon. That's good news. Hopefully it's positive, bro. Hopefully it's positive. Tisa's like, I have a $23 phone. Still works, right? Oof. Let's see. Oh, that'll be great. Yeah, let us know how you did at the doctor, man. That'll be awesome. Let's see. Is Eric K still here? Eric, can you give me a heads up on if FNT is going in 30? I'm just curious. Yep, it's the Who. Who are you? Who? Meet the new boss. Same as the old boss. You guys gonna get me to sing? Yeah, certain phone updates have a kill code. I swear. I like using my phone as long as possible, but after about 2 to 4 years, they always have a malfunction suddenly. Yeah. No word yet. Okay, then we're good. Just give me the heads up if you wouldn't mind, my friend. Katza says, hello. Hello, indeed. So since we've been talking around it in circles, let's talk about it this way. Rings of Power is a trash bag. And it's not filled with any good kind of trash. Like, it's not like, recyclable aluminum cans or anything like that. No, it's nothing like that. It is. It's just garbage. It was always exactly as we predicted. We're still getting called out for what we said at the beginning. But the problem is nobody was wrong. Again, Gary did a great video on this earlier today. I would suggest that you try to catch it. Try to catch it. Wow, I sound like one of these kids writing this shit. Like Rings of Power with modern conversational dialogue that would never be Tolkien. But let's take a look at it because, reasons. So apparently the second season is going to be what people wanted. I'm not saying that. The showrunners are saying it. And they're saying that Sauron will be like Walter White in season 2. Is that what we're looking for? A meth kingpin? Right? Is this they're really stealing, from Vince Gilligan? That's what they're doing. Lord of the Rings series showrunners are interviewed about the finale's big Sauron reveal. That wasn't big. Everybody knew this. All of us. Did you guys know that Sauron was the Chucklebutt Hall brand? Did you know that? Everybody knew that. Just like we knew that the stranger was a wizard, an Ishtari. And what that means for next season. Well, there may be viewers who are like, that is the story we were hoping to get in season 1. In season 2, we're giving it to them. In other words, yes, season 1 sucked. It was awful. And we apologize. We don't even apologize for putting you through it. No. You're going to get what you asked for in the second season, which apparently you asked for Walter White. Did you ask for Walter White? I didn't ask for Walter White. It's bonkers. It's bonkers. We came up with some great theories on Midnight's Edge in the morning that they should have run with. Really. They could have drawn from, the analogies and that they wanted to. They could have given us allegories around, terminating life early and other stuff, and all those things. They could have totally dove into it if they'd have just followed our playbook, and revealed, Sauron to the audience halfway through the season, the first season. But obviously, Galadriel doesn't know. There's this romantic tryst that happens. She ends up getting pregnant, and then obviously has to travel to another part of Middle Earth in order to, solve that problem in her own way, right? Because you can't do it in the area of Middle Earth she's in now because it's illegal, right? Because that would have totally done that, right? So frustrating. Anyway, we got a 16-bit mascot for $5 saying, always appreciate your side of the conversation, Culture. Keep up the good work and hail to the chat. Cheers on this Frying Friday. Thank you for that, my friend. 16-bit mascot, that $5. Appreciate it. Let's see. We got a member chat from Read by Nature that says, do have to wonder if money laundering theory holds. Well, it does for several different things. Someday we'll be able to go through it again. One of the funnest, or I should say, two of the funnest videos I've ever done, or most entertaining to me. We're talking about the Hollywood accounting, because I don't think a lot of people realize that that's a real thing. And that they bury money, hide money. They make good on makeups. Makeups are made, in other films that people weren't associated with. They get a no-show paycheck, all kinds of stuff. Anyway. So obviously, Sauron's been hiding in plain sight as Halbrand. No kidding. Oh, kidding. Yeah, showrunners J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay gave The Hollywood Reporter some insight into the thought process of introducing the Dark Lord as a charming, low man, and also teased what comes next for the character in season 2. We didn't want to make the show that was about the hunt for Sauron. Wait a minute. That's exactly what you did in the first episode. But we love the idea of Sauron as a deceiver who could hopefully deceive some of the audience. No, it was none. We all knew it. This article okay. I can't do it. Pisses me off way too much. I'm just so mad. It's the decomposing body of Tolkien's writing. That's right. More like a flaming bag of poop. Yeah, it's just hot garbage. My suggestion for a nickname for Big Entertainment, Big Taint. That's right. Somewhere in the middle, but neither. Andrew 20. I always do that. Andrew 46 and 2 says, I'm so glad I waited until all these shows were done to decide to watch any of it. Yeah, good choice. It's rough. Here's Dapper Bard Game says the obvious. Here's a good trick to making a show good. Give people what they wanted in season 1. Yeah. Walter White is the school teacher in Breaking Bad. That because he gets cancer, he doesn't have any money, and his insurance went sideways, so he can't get the good treatment. So he goes about crafting something with a partner that was a former high school student of his, and builds a meth empire. He's Lord of the Meth. That's right. Ah, Mithril Blue is the new thing. It is. Yeah, that's how he's going to go all Breaking Bad. He's gonna go Mithril Blue. Somebody asked me this today. I think they're tied for most terriblest. I just made that word up. Most terriblest. No, I don't know. Rings of Power. Even though as bad as She-Hulk was, I still think Rings of Power is worse. Yeah, Better Call Sauron. Thank you, Nintendo 16. Good luck, Curtis. Good luck, buddy. Yeah, Katsith. Believe me, I know the Vesuvius eruption, burying Herculaneum, yeah, and Pompeii, and nearly half a foot of red hot burning ash, killing everybody. Yeah. Instead, it's Cheeto dust that's orange, which isn't an allegory for anything. So he's selling drugs. Yeah, Mithril, right? Mithril Blue. See, you guys are writing the perfect show. It's just as close to Tolkien as everything they've done so far. Oh, give me strength, people. I'm gonna need extra prayers tonight. Yeah, Sauron is a drug lord. Sauron has cancer. I don't know about that, but maybe. Doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you. God, don't do that. Turrell says, I think Culture would actually like to see today's YouTube video from Mark Moss. He may already watch it, but just in case, if you can send him a message. I'm right here, bro. I'm trying to read everybody's stuff. That's why it takes so long to do this show. Pinochet's Helicopter Tours for $2. Thanks for sponsoring today's program, my friend. He says, I probably missed it, but RIP Rob Hagrid Coltrane. Yeah, Robbie Coltrane. Yeah, we talked about him right at the beginning. Heartbreaking to me because, I've known about him for a long time. We actually, Mephisto mentioned, I think, Nuns on the Run and a bunch of other stuff. But again, mine is a film called Let It Ride about horse racing. Terry Garr's in it. Jennifer Tilly's in it. And for whatever reason, the lead actor fell out of my head. And I don't know why. I'm Robin Leach, and I don't know why. I guess the showrunners weren't as clever as they thought they were. No. Dang it, CC. I've never seen you this annoyed by all this stuff. Yeah. Sorry, it makes me mad. Look, you're destroying things that I care about. And you know what? We're running out of them. So if we could just hurry up on making better stuff and then not letting them touch it, I'd be thrilled. I got to get back to working on my horror film. I really do. I take responsibility. Anyway. Trying to catch up with you guys. You want me to catch this one? Okay. All right. Okay. Let me screenshot it. Okay. The terrible factor. That's right. She-Hulk should visit the Rings of Power universe tour. Oh, that'd be great. Hey, Sassy, what's going on? Culture Casino. Breaking Rings. Thank you for that, Olaf. Meth Maker. I still like the blue Mithril. Mithril Blue Persuasion. It's the new sensation. What's up, Pete Dencat? Good to see you, my friend. Oh, yeah. My smartphone's 4 years old, and I never spend more than 300 to 400 pounds on a phone. Really? Um, I don't. I try not to upgrade phones. There's too much on them, and none of it. It doesn't always move from one to the other well, and I don't care. Uh, uh, hey, there's Tom. But you better, because I want to be in a Western. You're gonna be, Tom. You're gonna be. I'm gonna fly your butt out here. Thank you very much, Eric K. Man of War 665 says, dude, if you fall for that, I got several hectares of swampland to sell you, and it even comes with a bridge that I'll throw in for free. Why am I gonna get rickrolled? Was that a rickroll? Wouldn't surprise me. You guys are funny. Where is Hockey Mask? I don't know. I'm gonna have to get it. Dreyfus, thank you, Larry. Good Lord. Brain melt. I'm supposed to be getting my extra special thing today. Oh, I just did. Forgive me for a moment, friends. I will be right back. Enjoy Bear Dog interlude, because I miss him so much. Maybe you do too. I miss him so much. Every day. All right. So I did get my new toy, but I had to bring it in because, you never know if somebody's going to come by and borrow it from your porch. So I hope you enjoyed Bear Dog Time. Looks like you did. And you're going to be the sheriff. That's F is F. Okay. Is that going to be? You want me to change the character's name to Fat Fuck? Just got me a curse on my channel, Tom. Hold on. Canadian Bear likes Bear Dog. Indeed. Canadian Bear does. I can't wait to see Jay. It's been a minute, man. Been missing that dude. Interlude ends there because Bear Dog is about to pee on those flowers. That's exactly what was going to happen. Jolly PI trailer should be filmed during this winter. It will be. Yeah, we definitely need to get those outside shots done. So we got to get together and get that modified thing together. I can't wait. Mexican Iron Man, what is up, my friend? I've been missing you, Mikey. For $4.99 says, with my tax and audit hat on, I'm here to inquire as to what is this channel's ESG policy is and details of culture diversity initiatives. Well, I let you talk on this channel, so I think I'm doing pretty good. I think that's pretty strong. Mikey, you're kidding me. There is no ESG here. I don't need it. You only dive into ESG if you want to, be given money by people that will then further control you. Don't do that. Huh. Oh man. guys are great. Dreyfus and Terry Gar reunited for CE3K in Let It Ride. There you go. Yeah, I won't forget that. I think my plan only lets me stream to 3 places at once, Thunderduck, but we'll see. I'm going to give it a shot. Guy Ladriel. That's right. So, because we're talking about Rings of Power, I want to ask the audience a question. That's you guys. Okay. Here's the question. What do you think the viewership was in this last episode? Do you think it was more? 75% less than a premiere? 50% less than a premiere? Or 25% less than a premiere? I'm curious. You know what? I'm going to make a poll. Let's do a poll. There. You did a lot of typing there for no reason. Yeah. Okay. Polls up. Guy Adriel. I have a tempest within me. Yeah. It's kind of how I felt about the whole show. You guys are all like, less. 50% less. My answer is yes. Well, yeah, I put up a poll, guys. Go to town. Oh, man. 50% less than the premiere. Wow, you guys. Really? Pizza. Sounds good. I want pizza. Hey, what's up, Morgan King? The Lord of the Ring channels mindlessly shilling for ROP are coping hard because they were against that Halbrand with Sora. No, because they didn't pay any attention. They didn't listen to us. They are consuming mass quantities of copium, as the Quartering would say, right? Mass quantities. Yes, Tom, dead air. You're not in here to fill it. 10% less pineapple on pizza. That's right. I'm not touching Culture's poll. There you go. I fixed it. I'm talking. You guys are so mean to me. CultureCasino. I don't want to fill air with the bologna sausage. Let it just set. Moment of silence is fine. Is there still dead air? Did I mute? What is happening now? ROP now with 50% less audience, but 54% more leakage. Almost got me. If Tom was here, it would have been dead hair. Oh my. It's so easy to get CC railed up because you're my friend. Jerk face. Love this guy. What's up, Gojira Star? The Olestra factory. Yeah, you guys remember that? When they started putting that in potato chips and then they took it out because it caused horrible leakage. Yes, this word. These words here. Jerk face. Meanie face. Oh, burn. Yes, Common Nerd RIP Robbie Coltrane, which we said at the beginning of the show. I don't know, guys. I'm interested in the results of this poll. I'm gonna take a quick peek at it. Let's see. Oh, wow, you guys! These results are telling. Can't wait. What else you guys want to talk about? You want to talk about the impending financial collapse? or the one that we're already in? You want to talk about the redefinition of recession once again? Oh, what the world needs now is somebody tell the damn truth. How about let's put that? I feel like putting somebody in jail. How about you guys? Let's put these kids in jail. So none of this makes sense, and I know it got talked about a little bit on Midnight's Edge in the morning. But how is throwing soup on a masterpiece protesting climate crap? And would somebody tell both of them that their hair dyes would be impossible without oil? So would their tennis shoes, their ear gauges, the syringes for, whatever purposes they might use them for. Are people really this stupid? Industry of all kinds. All industry requires oil. You knuckleheads. Oh, yes. Please, if you have not hit the like button, as Darren Hughes suggests, thank you, my friend. There are 5 of you that need to hit the like button. Please do. I would appreciate it very much. ROP should carry an FDA warning. It causes spontaneous brain hemorrhages. Almost. Yeah. JT Gunn, late night with Cap. Idiots. Yes. Man, I would love to. You know what? 75 of you in here right now. That bar bill would be pretty steep, but it might be worth it. Might be worth it. Yeah, you know what, Pete? Whether it's behind glass or not, the intent there was not a good one. Prison after a fair trial, of course. Yeah. Blackie says, I'm a tree hugger, and I say lock the brats up for years. Yeah, I mean, anybody who's not about, conservation of the environment, but that's not what we're talking about anymore, right? Yeah, exactly, Max Mercer. The soup throwers are NPCs, right? They got the recent download that they got today was something that was just ridiculous, right? And Corey Castle said, wow, this is great. This is a great super chat. Let me get it on screen, everybody. Here we go. Corey Castle or Cassell. Let's do it that way. For $10, let me know which way I was right. First way, Castle or Cassell. 1, 2. Someone tell them directions to an Amish community. I think it's exactly what they think they want, right? Indeed. And yet, even the Amish use oils of types. But I understand. You're 100% right. Thank you for the super chat. Brilliantly stated. Yeah. Yeah, these kids actually glued themselves to the wall of this museum, Thunderduck. It's really dumb. First of all, you're causing yourself permanent injury, maybe scarring. Why? I don't think I agree with this, Monkey Jeebus. I don't want a mega city. I don't want Cybertron. I don't want Coruscant. Castle. Okay, very good. Thank you, Corey. Appreciate it. I will try to commit that to memory. Brightest Ace sends a member chat. Thank you, my friend. Says, I think they want people to use acrylic paints. Does anybody want to tell them? Boom. This is genius. E. Clay Thomason says, it would have been more ironic if they had thrown Campbell's soup at an Andy Warhol picture. That's right. And this is the problem that I have now with our society today because of the litigiousness of it. and this is why we kind of need tort reform. But instead of calling for security, the bystander should have put a fist in their mouth, keep them from spouting BS. Well, I'm not gonna say I would call the violence, but I would say just wrap them up, right? Wrap them up, let them be collected by security for their foolishness. How did you get in there with a can of soup? Yeah, annoying is probably nice. Yeah, stop oil like oil-based paints. Again, oil is required for almost every part of your daily life. If you enjoy anything that comes in anything that's plastic, that's oil. You want a good laugh? Watch the French cop pulling the protesters who glued themselves to the road off the street. That's awesome. I need to watch that. Thanks, Soul Assassin. The Chatimals here. The insulate movement glued themselves to roads. Yeah, they do. Yeah, the oil in Van Gogh's painting doesn't have petroleum in it. It's made of natural materials. Yep. Petroleum. Petroleum is used to make green energy. Yeah. How many electric vehicles, how many electric construction vehicles do you see out there on the roads, everybody? How many? That many. Right? Even the electrically driven train engines require diesel generation. Yeah, exactly, Corey Castle. The entire economy is interconnected. Fly ash from burned coal and drywall. That's right. Hey, what's up, the Sentinel? Sunflower oil. There you go. Karen 92. I've been wondering how they got in there with a can of soup since you mentioned a story on the 6 Minute Daily. I don't know. And how, again, this is how like thoughtless that complete concept was from beginning to end, which again, I mean, I could cast aspersions on their, their attire and their hair and everything else. And, just these people are probably exactly what you think they are because they've created themselves in the image of every other NPC. But, um, they're usually not overly intellectual, and they're usually completely underinformed or completely misinformed. So if you want to stop misinformation, start in schools where it's taught every day. Of course, some of them don't go to schools. The most famous one that didn't go to school for a long time was on a school strike. Was arguing against this crap. Realized how foolish they look now, and has come forward to say as much. So, yeah, they want electric vehicles without a grid to support them. Indeed. Yeah. Guess they never looked up how electric car engines are made. Yeah. Well, think about all the mining that's required to create the coils, to create the engines, to make the motors, to drive the electric car. And in most cases, you need 4 of them, one for each wheel. It's an awful lot of mining. Yeah, I don't know how they made it through there. Or maybe they didn't consider the soup because it was sealed a problem. Yeah, Jin Wong is correct. Yeah, the most important thing about oil is the sheer amount of energy. It could be liquid or gas oil fuel. Even with today's price, and it is very it's not as out of reach as a lot of the green options. The green options, to the extent that we would need them, are just impractical, and they have been forever. But I'm not here to talk about that. I mean, you know, the financial disparity between countries that can afford to have green energy, and the countries that cannot will only grow. That's going to be a problem. And it's not going to stop big countries like Russia and China and others from using oil. Nobody ever abides by any of these treaties anyway. They all eventually give up by them. Diesel for $5 says, I'm an environmental scientist. Nothing any of these protesters say make any sense from an environmental perspective. I could explain it to them. I would love that, Diesel. This is why I like hanging out with all of you folks. I mean, we have a lot of people with a lot of diverse backgrounds and some very educated folks as well. And I appreciate that. Thank you for that, Diesel. Hank Hill has something to say about propane. This is when I wish Tom was on. Yeah. Tom and Doomcock both do really good Hank Hills. Yeah, energy density is a conversation most people, again, most people don't get into when it comes to that. And I agree with you, Finite SA. In fact, there was a state today, Georgia. Georgia is getting its final fuel load on their new reactors, as a matter of fact. They don't look like experts in thermodynamics. No, I don't think they do, Marby Dog. I don't think they do. Propane is, I can't do Hank Hill. I wish I could. Darn it. The blue flame. Yeah, we are definitely already there, Corey Castle. We are already in that cycle. Look, I know we're about to start. Eric K, are we there yet? Because I know FNT is about to kick off, and I don't want to run over the top of the intro because that's usually one of the best parts of the show. But I had fun talking today. We didn't get to the massive destruction of the economy. Maybe we'll talk about that later on. Should be starting in about 10 minutes. All right. Thanks, Eric K. So, I'm going to go unpack my new toy, hopefully set it up. Which means my setup will look slightly different. Not that you would see it, but the camera will have to move because I did get a new monitor. So, yay! I think FNT is going to be interesting from beginning to end because of the End of Rings of Power. So, but I'm so glad all of you were here, and I appreciate your support. And if you haven't hit the like button, please do consider doing so. It really does help. It'll get more people in front of the screens later, and get the people who watch it on replay, like the audience in India and stuff, more incentive to do so. So if we can bump up the likes, it just needs 7 more. That would be fantastic. Let's round out the poll because we need to. 16-bit mascot says, thanks for all your hard work, dude. Thank you, 16-bit mascot, for the $3.50. You guys are amazing. So I'm going to close out the poll. End poll. Let's look at the results, everybody. Thank you again, 16-bit mascot. It's a brand new monitor, folks. Yeah. All right, here we go. With 64 votes in, 51% of the audience says that it's lost more than 50% of the audience since the premiere. The finale is 50% or more than 50% less viewed than the premiere. I'm right there with you. 3% say it was greater than the premiere. I don't know. I think we'll know in about 2 to 3 weeks, because that's how long it takes for us to get actual numbers from anywhere. Sauron Selectives. That's right. All right, you guys are the best. Let's see who else is out there. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. Oh, that's right. Don't forget to go sign up for Culture's Rumble account as well, people. Thank you, Turo. Appreciate that. Yeah, five more likes, por favor. Larry, thank you for all the emojis. All right, folks, I'm going to drop it here. Hopefully we make it to five more likes and we get to 100. That would be great. So I'll end this way. Be sure to take care of yourself. Take care of others. Wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye. Press our button as we see it. This time we're landing in about 1 minute. Thank you.